going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Beans in a Pod. My name is Jose.
Your boy Jared right here, boys and girls.
Here with another episode following the San Francisco 49ers facing the Houston Texans in the final preseason game of the season.
Yep, that is right.
Unfortunately, initially when we record these, we have a certain time and, a plan on when we upload these videos and record them. And I thought it could be a good idea. Let's wait till the last minute and let's see how we do against the Houston Texans so we have something to talk about. Unfortunately, we're still waiting for the team to show up because we were defeated 17-0 by the Houston Texans. What are your initial thoughts on our last preseason game and our lack of scoring, really?
I'm just glad I was working. Honestly, I'm really glad that I was working because of throughout the day, during my shift, I would check the score, every half an hour or so, see how we're doing, and all I keep seeing is Houston scoring, field goal, touchdown, turnover. I'm like, what is going on? Okay, when are we gonna show up? When are we gonna do something? And then next thing you know, I see flags. I see penalties coming in. And it's just it was a disaster.
Yeah, so we both had been working. During our shift, of course, we're taking peeks at our phone and trying to keep up to date with the score and anything relevant to the game. Both teams, the Houston Texans and the San Francisco 49ers, were 2-0 heading into the game. This game would decide who would be undefeated in the preseason. And granted, that doesn't mean a whole lot. You look at the 2008 Lions and the 2017 Browns. They both were undefeated in the preseason, but they went on to lose every single game.
Yep.
So although it doesn't mean that much in the grand scheme of things, still it's a shame to see, especially your teams. We were on Amazon Prime, prime time Thursday night slot, and to put up a fat 0, it does suck.
No, and what kind of bothers me, it's okay, I know it's these are second strings or third strings people, but these are players who are fighting for a spot, and you would think at least they would want to score or have the urgencies to do something, but in the end, it was just nothing but us being punished with flags and everything, dude.
Yeah, a real shame. You're taking a look at the numbers here. Obviously we saw the highlights. We weren't able to see the whole game because we were at our job. But taking a look at the numbers, Trey Lance finishes with 7 completions out of 11 attempts, 49 yards passing. Obviously not the best numbers. He did take a sack, losing 7 yards. Sudfield had a 5 out of 10 for 49 yards as well. And he did throw an interception. And then Mr. Irrelevant himself, Purdy, 13 completions out of 20 attempts for 182 yards, 1 interception, and he did take 2 sacks. So clearly...
Brutal.
Sorry?
Brutal.
Oh, for sure. Clearly he took, more snaps than the other two. But yeah, no, just abysmal. Not the best game from all of them.
One issue that I've seen, of the sacks... the offensive line. Okay, I was reading, majority of the flags were just offensive holdings, and it's I feel like it's just a constant that we struggle. Okay, as the organization of the team, is the offensive line. They there's always flags on them, and it's they need to get discipline, or something. It's it's nothing new, and it sucks because you would think by now, okay, they would know better. Okay, and on top of that, they're fighting for a playoff. I'm sorry, they're fighting for a
roster spot.
A roster spot, yes.
Well, it's like you said, these are things, I feel like they're the little things. Obviously, turnovers are big, and we gave away the ball a few times during the game. Also, penalties. Penalties are huge. You want to decrease that number and remain consistent on offense. If we're going to make these mistakes, it should be in these games.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally upset. Yeah, of course, a loss is a loss and whatever.
If we're going to lose these games, I'd rather it be preseason than the regular season.
Yeah.
Okay?
And these are mistakes that can be fixed. And like you said, these are a lot of guys that are fighting for a roster spot. So of course, there's going to be those individuals who are going to make the mistakes, but going forward, it's those individuals that learn from those mistakes and are able to improve themselves that will find a job in the NFL.
Yeah. I just think today's game is probably a hiccup or something, I don't know, this one seemed pretty odd.
Yeah, no, but like I mentioned, I know we talked about this earlier before we were recording. I feel like we needed this. You can't just go through every game just winning and winning because you're not learning.
Yeah.
Every team, let's be honest, needs a a kick in the ass in order to get something going. And I feel like hopefully this is a wake-up call for a lot of the younger guys. Because our veterans like, Kittle, Bosa, Warner, Debo,
Trent Williams.
Yeah, all of them, they know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're veterans of the game. They're the top echelon of their positions.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there's the younger guys, the rookies, the guys who are fringe players who can't really stick to an NFL roster. This is an opportunity for them to learn and really develop the right habits and skills that will keep them in the league. So, granted, we did lose 17-0, but like I said, if you're going to lose a game, and if you're going to get shut out, I would prefer it to be a preseason game, Staying on the Niners, the top 100 list. This past week, the Niners had three more players added to the list. We had Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Nick Bosa all earning spots in the top 100 list. What are your thoughts on those three individuals making the top 100 and their contributions to the team itself?
Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't really been keeping up to date with the whole top 100 thing. I've been busy, with my side of thing, streaming, at twitch.tv/SanFran5. As you're watching this, I will release part 2 of a RE2 video. Anyways, yeah, I just got a little bit sidetracked and I haven't really been paying attention to it. But I'm glad, they got their respect, they're
three
in the top 50 in my opinion.
There are three players who I feel like define the define the prototypical athlete at their position.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Warner is one of the elite linebackers in the league.
I think he's the best, actually, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah, but we're biased. People are gonna say we're biased. You look at George Kittle. Go ahead.
No, but the way I look at with Fred Warner, he's a leader and he knows what to do. He's dude's like a defensive coordinator, but playing in the league. He could be a player coach if he wanted to, and he's a great leader. It's like he's one of those players where you want on your team. To be like the vocalist. And George Kittle, in my opinion, is the greatest tight end in the league right now because he can do it all. He is so he can do anything. He's like a Swiss Army knife. Okay. Anyways, continue.
No, well, like I said, people are going to say we're biased because we're over here saying that, Fred Warner's the best linebacker, Kittle's the best tight end. I do think it's fair. For people that want to say Kelsey, I think that's fine.
Yeah, he's a great
I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not going to dispute that. That's why I always say Kittle's a top 2. Because whether, you have him at 1 or 2, he's in the conversation for the best. And, of course, there's Nick Bosa, who I do think is one of the best pass rushers in the league, especially at such a young age. And to see the level of productivity he's able to produce at a young age, and even with missing a full season in 2020 due to his ACL, the dude's a monster. He's a beast.
Oh, yeah, man.
So to see those three get their respect on the top 100, very excited, very well deserved. And now we're only missing 2 more guys, and it's confirmed because they released the top 20. They just haven't said the order. But Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams are in the top 20 this year in the top 100 list.
I think Trent Williams should be in the top 5. Okay? Because have you seen what the man has done? Dude is I hear some defensive people, they're afraid to go up against him, okay? And I don't know how many sacks he's given up this season, but I'm pretty sure it's very little.
Well, he's a monster among men, first of all. And I think that's one instant where I don't think there's any debate. I do think he's the best left tackle in the game. Yeah. I don't think there's a debate. Whether you think I'm biased or not out there, but no, I do think he's the best left tackle. Real happy that we picked him up, a couple years ago when we did.
I'm still surprised we did, first off.
And we got it for a steal, because correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was a 3rd rounder.
No, and not only that, but it was the same year Joe Staley retired.
Yeah, well, and reports were saying that Joe Staley was thinking about retiring, but he didn't want to until he knew that the Niners had a suitable replacement in his place.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, to go from Joe Staley, who I think is a Hall of Fame talent, and to translate into Trent Williams, who I think is another Hall of Fame talent, I mean, come on. You can't get any better than that. And What a transition, because what a segue. We're talking about transitioning from one of the best to the best. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. One of the best transitions in NFL history. But that brings me to Brett Favre. Brett Favre this week recently had voiced his opinion regarding the quarterback situation in San Francisco, believing that Jimmy Garoppolo is the answer. He thinks the Niners should stay with Jimmy Garoppolo as the starting quarterback, and says that all he knows is how to win. Which, granted, I think it's fair. I mean, with Jimmy, the 49ers have a successful win rate. They've gone to the Super Bowl. They've made 2 NFC Championship appearances, and it's been proven that he has one of the better win percentages amongst the quarterbacks in the NFL. Real quick, what is your take and what's your opinion on Brett Favre believing that Jimmy's the guy? Jimmy's the answer for the 49ers.
Listen, okay, I respect Brett Favre, for what he's done, for the game,
I do know.
But I'm so for the viewers watching.
No, I know, but you said
listeners.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
But I have to disagree. Okay, I love Jimmy. Okay, I love Garoppolo. For what he's done. I feel like he played a huge role into making us relevant again and making us contenders. Okay, he did play a huge part in this team. Okay, but there's always that time where you gotta move on. Okay. That happens to all the teams, no matter the sport. They got to move on. They're going to a different direction, okay? It's like Joe Montana to Steve Young, okay? Joe wants to keep playing, but, he was starting to go on the decline a little bit, trying to get a little bit more hurt, But Steve Young, he's on the rise, and look how that turned out, okay? I'm not saying this like another whole Joe and Steve debate. In my opinion, I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. I don't think so. But it's time to move on with Trey, to the future. This team is built to win in the long run. Okay, we're not just a win now mode like how
the Rams.
The Rams was Tampa Bay and, in my opinion, Philadelphia back in 2017.
But Philadelphia really came out as a surprise for a lot of folks. Not a lot of people thought they were going to win the Super Bowl that year.
That's true, but then after that, what have they done?
Made the playoffs a couple times.
Yeah, but no one talks about that though.
Not true.
All they talk about is just Carson Wentz and him. Is he going to be back to how he is before?
He's not.
I agree. I don't think he is. I
honestly don't think Washington's going to accomplish anything with him as quarterback.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Washington fans, but I don't think so.
I'm sorry, but if you're a Washington fan, kudos to you guys because there's so much drama going on with you guys, and you have to deal with it. I am so sorry, but it's like, I'm sorry, guys. I feel so bad for you. I actually know this one guy who's from Washington, and he supports the Commanders.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. You picked the team. That's your team. I respect the fact that you're gonna support them. But hey, whatever. You gotta deal with it. I'm sorry. But sticking with the Brett Favre conversation, in terms of his opinion and his way of thinking with the Jimmy Garoppolo, it's like when I was talking to Albert about this. Albert's one of our coworkers. I feel like it's just his way of thinking, and then reverting back to his time with the Green Bay Packers when they were trying to push him away and bring in Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers was the right call. Granted, Brett Favre is an all-time great quarterback and definitely a Hall of Fame talent. But like you said, when it's time to transition into a new era of quarterback, you got to pull the trigger. And I do think Trey Lance is the answer for the San Francisco 49ers. And for those that say, oh, well, he's not ready. Well, how are you going to get ready?
Yeah.
You got to get ready by playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to pull the trigger, I think now is the time. And don't get me wrong, like you said, I love Jimmy. Jimbo's my guy. We went to 2 NFC championships and made a Super Bowl appearance with him. He'll always have a special place in my heart. But the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. And if Trey Lance can, be that answer, well, we're going to go with Trey Lance. Because now you look at the way the offense is built, you got guys like Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, Danny Gray, I think is going to be great.
Juwan Jennings, of course.
Juwan Jennings, old reliable.
And we're not even talking about a running game, okay? Because they also can catch.
Yeah, no, and then you look at Elijah Mitchell. You look at a guy like Jeff Wilson Jr., Trey Sermon.
JaMycal Hasty's another one.
JaMycal Hasty. We have a wide array of talent at the running back position. And on top of that, you bring in Trent Williams and Juszczyk in the blocking, and then Trey Lance's ability to get out of the pocket, run the ball if he has to, throw deep or throw short. I do think that this team is built to contend. I like our chances. Will it happen? That's yet to be seen. But I do think the San Francisco 49ers are a team that's going to be knocking on the Super Bowl door in the next couple of seasons, this one included.
I made a promise, okay, like a few years ago, all right, or a bet. If the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl, okay, with this team that we have right now, I would shave my head bald. Okay?
I already did that.
Yeah, I know you did, okay? But if they win it, I will do it, okay?
Well, you better get them Clippers ready because I'm thinking the next couple of years. I really think that.
No, do you remember that one year, though? I think it was like, what? I think it was the night after we lost Super Bowl 54.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'm gonna keep my hair growing out. I'm gonna grow my hair out until we win. My hair is like all the way like past my shoulders at one point. Like legit, I almost look like Kittle when he had like really really long hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you can't.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable because in a season, I mean, keep that in mind. 1 year from now,
Yeah.
your hair's gonna grow long, so you can't really do that.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna just shave it when we win it. Actually, no, I'll probably just get a buzz cut. To be honest, I'll just start over. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I feel like I think you'd look good with that. But regardless, I do have a good feeling about this year, about this season coming up for the San Francisco 49ers. Regardless of what people think about the 17-0 loss against the Houston Texans, I don't think it's a big indicator.
Yeah, I don't really think so either.
Like you said, a lot of guys. We had guys playing.
But keep in mind, we're trying to play to also be healthy as well.
We're trying to play it smart. Why am I going to play my guys for a full half of preseason football when I have to worry about 17 games coming up in the next 18 weeks? I think I trust in Kyle. I trust in John Lynch. I think our first game against Chicago, of course, is going to be must-see. It's going to be a big indicator on how the season's going to go, and it's a benchmark that we have to live up to. And that's going to be in Soldier Field in Chicago.
I think it's a morning game, too, Pacific time.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't doubt it. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to the rest of the season as well as other NFL storylines. I mean, this past week, it seems that Baker Mayfield is going to be the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I feel like, again, with the NFL, I think everything has a way of working itself because game one for the Panthers is against Cleveland, Baker Mayfield's former team. So I think that was definitely the idea, the thinking process into naming the starting quarterback. The only question remains is, will he be the starting quarterback for the remainder of the year, or will we be able to see a guy like Sam Darnold take up the mantle as the starting quarterback of the Panthers? Again, looking forward to the NFL season. It's just around the corner. We're just right there. And college football's coming around too. Looking forward to what the season brings in.
It's my favorite time of the year.
It's football. And not only that, but here in Arizona, it gets cooler around this time, which is even better for us.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's great. It's great. I can't wait.
You're right. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just take it from here.
Oh.
Okay, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, SanFran5, S and F are capitalized. There's no space in between. Also, you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/SanFran5, I try to stream daily, If anything, I just do like every other day. But I do stream Fridays, okay? Like today, as if you're watching this or listening to this, I will be streaming Resident Evil 2. I modded it. Yeah, it's crazy, I'll probably upload a video. And you can follow me on TikTok, SanFran5_. And, of course, follow me on Snapchat, broke_beaner445. Yeah. I'm going to just say it again one more time. I just love saying it. broke_beaner445. Okay? And actually, I am proud to rep that user. Okay?
You should. No, absolutely. I don't see why not. Be sure to follow him on all his social media platforms. Continue to support his YouTube channel and his Twitch channel as well. For me, you can find me on all social media platforms at JustJose_3. Follow my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jose Talks Sports, where I share my thoughts on the San Francisco 49ers and the Golden State Warriors going forward once the NBA season rolls around. Continue to follow the podcast. Like it, share it, subscribe it on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify or wherever you find your podcast. And continue to support Two Beans in a Pod. As always, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Jose. This has been Jared. And we are Two Beans in a Pod.
Yep. Man, I really like my hair, but I don't want to cut it. But I want to win, though.